Hi people, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another Canada series fly. We're doing the Skeena Hobo Spey. As you can see, we don't have a hook in the vise. We've got a 35mm Waddington shank that we will be dressing and tying a stinger onto with Intruder wire, which we're going to do now. So getting started with the Veevus 140, I'm going to start at the back, got wax on the thread and start to clamp this thing down. As you use these you'll realise initially they're quite flaky, but as you tighten up on these and become a little bit more solid. Good stuff. Just get some wraps down at this point. Nice and solid, tightening it all up. Okay, cool. So now we're going to attach the stinger. Now be careful when you're doing these, folks, because as you know, these hooks that are used for the Skeena River are no nonsense. These are not size 14 barbless hooks that be a mild inconvenience if you get it stuck in you. This is going to hurt. You're going to hospital if you get stuck in you. So be very careful. As far as stinger length, you're probably looking at the size of the shank over the back. So I'm going to go about there. And really what you want to be doing is coming in, pinching down and catching all of this forward. Make sure you're happy that it's locked in both sides. Got my usual car sound effects going on. When you get to the front, folks, fold these back. We are wanting this nice and locked in. And effectively what you can then do is grab a pair of pliers or old scissors and then pick your length and cut off these residual bits that you don't want. Start heading back down, and what I'm actually going to do at this point is add some super glue. Just locking all of this in. And that will be going absolutely nowhere. That is going to be rock solid. Okay folks, at this point I would recommend you either remove the hook or stick a nice big bit of foam over this. As I said, you do not want to be catching this anywhere. So I'm actually going to remove this at this point and then I'll be back with you in a moment. Hi folks, so having successfully avoided any trips to the hospital, we can continue. So I'm going to come in with a nice sort of icy blue dubbing from Loop. I'm not putting on a dubbing ball loop at this point, I'm just going straight in, dubbing this on and taking it from there. You will see that there are some similarities in how this fly is constructed to an Intruder. This is often viewed as a more economical pattern for steelhead and Pacific salmon, both in time and in materials. So yeah, nice productive pattern, has stood the test of time, as they say. So that looks alright. I'm quite happy with that. As a starting point, you can come in with your dubbing brush and get some of this flowing out. I wouldn't cut any of this away either, I would just let this do its thing. Now up next, traditionally you would use large guinea fowl, but unfortunately, having gone to the box, realised I don't have any large guinea fowl, so I'm going to use effectively a small or smaller Intruder style Hackle in blue at this point. So just going to come up and catch this in up against the dubbing. I'm going to run this down the length of the shank and then come back up. I'm going to come in and trim away a couple of these wee bits that we don't need. Okay, cool. Next up, we're going to include some black UV Ice dub from Hareline, so make up the majority of the body. Okay, you don't want this to be too heavy. You can certainly add more as you go along. And I'll apologise once again if I'm sniffing. Hay fever is not my friend. Okay folks, I'm quite happy with that. Leave plenty of room at this front end because this is where the magic happens. So just come on and remove anything you don't want. Then I'm going to come up with this Hackle in wide turns. Stroke anything back that's maybe not turning the way that you might want it to. And then come in and catch that. And then you can chop this residual piece away. Okay, it's looking not too bad. Certainly got the shape and the profile that we're looking for at this point. So what I'm going to do is next I'm going to include some blue Nayat, which is a nice long but relatively sturdy fibre. Not too much at this point. If you're using this fibre, make sure you comb out the underfur at the base, which I'm doing now off camera, and basically what I'm going to do is come in and roll this round. Just get the length that you want. I want this quite long. So yeah, just come in and roll with your thread all the way around. As you can hopefully see, I'm not using a lot. Just help some bits around with your fingers where required, and then lock it down. And then come in and snip away the bits you don't need. Okay folks, good stuff. Up next we are going to include some black Marabou. So I'm catching this in tip first at this point. I'm just going to adjust this slightly in the vise because I'm not happy with how it's sitting. Hopefully it won't cause us too many more issues. And then I'm just going to fold that tip point back. Now you can come in and trim that away if you want, or just leave it depending on what you want to do. Okay, good stuff. Basically what you're going to do with this is treat it like any other hackle and just fold it back and wind it round. It's up to you how many turns you want, how heavy this is, depends on the plume that you're using, all of that good stuff. Then just come in and catch that stem. Then come in and cut away the stem, make sure you don't take your thread out. And fold this back. Might be worth getting a little bit of wax on the thread at this point. And just tidy. Okay, so that's starting to look not too bad. Definitely got the shape and profile that we're looking for at this stage. Okay, we're certainly getting there. Up next I'm going to include some Rhea. So yeah, some long Rhea fibres, so top and bottom. And I've basically got a mix here of black and a dark blue. So just come in and get these onto the shank, spread them out a little bit. And then do the same on the bottom. Stroke everything back and come back to that point where you finished the Marabou, and then cut these away. Okay, looking not too bad. Again, just a little bit of tidy up at this point always helps. Second to last fibre, folks, we're going to include some Lady Amherst fibres. Just a few round about the circumference of the fly. So just come in and catch them just now. Okay, good stuff. Then what you want to do is come in, pinch everything and unwrap what you've just done, and then rewrap and catch all of those fibres. Certainly cutting down on the bulk of the fly at the front. Then come in and cut away those ends. Okay, quite happy with that. And the last thing that we're going to include is some mirror flash in blue. Not too many strands, but certainly a few to give it a bit of pop. Gonna keep these nice and long. Just catching it on the top. And then you can spread these out. Bring a couple of wraps forward. Fold back the ends. which will lock them in. And then you can come in and snip these away. And that is us, folks. So just tidy up at the front now. And then you can come in and whip finish. And last thing to do is add some super glue to the head. Okay folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Hope you found that useful. Hope you give it a go. Certainly an interesting fly, certainly a great fly to tie, good fun. And hopefully it'll get you a few fish. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Until next time, cheers.